Okay folks, so completely and utterly exhausted now. I've just finished 3 pieces of work, so I'm sure there's another couple of pieces knocking about somewhere that I've still yet to finish, but anyway, so a bit like I was saying earlier on about how you just don't know when to finish, just don't know when to stop sometimes. Mind you, you see, when I get into a paint, I feel really like motivated just to keep painting. The last time I had a real plethora of work was when I was in the hospital, and I was just, the amount of work I was producing at that time was amazing. Actually, I hadn't painted so much in my entire life at that point, yeah, it's actually quite good. Actually, it's a really good feeling. It can be exhausting, tiring, frustrating. Pull your hair out. That's why I've got no hair, by the way. You know, I pulled it all out painting. But yeah, sorry, pain in my back. My back's killing me. Sorry. Right. Yeah. So it's quite an amazing feeling, actually. Like I say, finally I've got these pieces finished. They've just been sat there for ages, especially that one in there. That one was taken from I've got a, in fact, where is it? It's on this shelf here somewhere, I think. Yeah, classic human anatomy, and it's actually it's, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure it's meant for artists. It's not a medical. I'm fairly certain, actually. Oh, anyway, that's where that came from, because I loved the drawings and illustrations in it. Are just awesome, just really cool, quite amazing. I mean, obviously I haven't quite done a really realistic interpretation of it necessarily from the actual picture in the book. I've done my version of it. Ooh. So yeah, and the other piece that I've just finished, which I had an absolute nightmare with, was this. So what do you think of that, guys? I mean, do you know, I keep noticing in this screen that I put this big light on. I use this big light like as if it's like a camera light or something. Do you know what I mean? Like in a studio or something. And at times it's really useful, actually, because it really does highlight. It's a 200-watt bulb. I know it's not very green, and all the rest of it. You see, don't get me wrong, right? I totally agree with having, better energy sources and all the rest of it, blah 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 blah. But do you know what? Until they invent flipping energy saving light bulbs, which this is one of them, until they invent one of these things that actually gives you some flipping light, it's like, sometimes with these things, it's like they're like candles back in the old days, they don't seem to give off a lot of flipping light. I mean, make them bright, but energy saving, great. Do you know what I mean? I mean, flipping heck, surely we're intelligent enough, clever enough, and got enough technology now to be able to invent a light bulb that can be energy saving, but at the same time give us a, flipping ton of light. Oh dear. But I mean, as an artist, you need lots of light. You know what I mean? You do. That's why if you sort of notice, artist studios tend to be places where, if it's not artificial light, because it's the only place they can get, then more often than not they're in some place where there's a ton of light coming in, natural daylight light, and this flat's very dark. Anywho, I have just gone on to a massive tirade about flipping. What am I on about now? Anyway, right. So let me just turn this off a minute, actually, because, like I said, at least on that one, it was really shining. I don't know if you could really appreciate the. Anyway, so yeah, it's a set of traffic lights. I know it's not that inspiring. It's not that flipping whatever. But you know, the thing is, it was a piece of canvas that I'd bought ages ago. I don't know how long ago, but one day I needed to paint something. I thought I need to paint something. I don't know what to paint. I grabbed that canvas and I looked at it for ages and ages, and I just couldn't think of what that canvas what could go on it. Do you know what I mean? And for some reason, traffic lights just popped into my head. It looked like the right sort of size and dimensions of a set of traffic lights. So that's what I did, and like I said, in fact, you guys might have even seen the video. I made a video of me painting it, actually. Just remembered. So yeah. For those of you that may have seen it or remember it, I did do a video of me painting those traffic lights, starting it anyway, and then just never got round to finishing it. And finally, I've done so. So that's 3 pieces of work that I've finished tonight. And like I said, I'm now completely exhausted. But actually, I feel quite good. So these will all be going in the exhibition, and like I say, tomorrow I'm going to start the other piece, the one with the woman in that pose that I showed you. So I'm gonna start her tomorrow, because I've actually really enjoyed this. As tired as I am, as frustrated I was, especially with that particular piece. Oh, that drove me nuts tonight. That did. It just didn't want to work at all, and it's all wonky, and I've got no masking tape to make a nice straight edge that I was trying to create, and anyway, so but ultimately, actually, I feel alright. I feel, like I say, it's a very cathartic process, I suppose, and I suppose that's what it is. It's a really good outlet. It really is. It's, you know, finding something creative, something that you're hopefully, you know, fairly proficient at. Well, then again, you know, I say that, I don't really believe necessarily, because to me, the important thing, the vitally important thing, is that you as a person, as an individual, get something from whatever it is you create, and it doesn't have to be the next Van Gogh or the next Leonardo da Vinci. Oh, remember now. You know, so Leonardo. But yeah, sorry, I'm trying to make a joke and I'm tired. And anyway, so yeah, like I said, you know, that's not the point really. I mean, if you've got talent and if you're really good and all the rest of it, and you know, and you enjoy it, even better. But you know, it doesn't really. To me, I've always been a big believer that anybody can do art if they want to, and it's not about doing masterpiece or whatever. And I mean, do you know? I don't know. There's a few people throughout history, various different places. But there's one person that like pops into my head. He was a fisherman, retired fisherman. I forget where he lived. I think it was in Kent somewhere. But no, hang on. No, it wasn't. No, I think it was in. Oh, for crying out loud! See, brain just doesn't want to work. Anyway, never mind exactly where it was. The point is that this guy, retired fisherman. He was like in his 90s or something, I don't know, or whatever he was, exactly the age. And he did all these paintings of the fishing village that he lived in, all the boats and what have you, in the town and all that sort of thing, and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, if you look at his artwork, some people may say, and look at it and say like, oh, it looks like a 2-year-old painted it. And yeah, okay. You know, it's not the perspectives, not brilliant. It's not like, I don't think he was trained or anything like that. He didn't, do you know what I mean? He didn't study art or anything like that. And now he's actually, you know, people look at his artwork, art critics, and within the art world, the circles within the art world, he's, you know, considered to be, I don't know, not like one of the great artists or anything, but I mean, people look at his work, and I believe that actually, because he's no longer with us. I mean, I think he died way back. I can't remember exactly when, but now people look at his artwork and like they go for thousands of pounds and this, that, and the other, and blah 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 blah. Anyway, so the point is that you know, it's what they call naive art. Do you know what I mean? They call it naive art. It's a particular genre, a particular style of art. Like I said, I can just imagine that for him, whilst he was painting his paintings, even if I don't know if he sold any whilst he was alive, I have no idea, I can't remember. And I can't remember whether anybody took any real notice of him at the time or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But my point is that he painted those paintings, and I guess, I imagine that he didn't really care whether anybody liked them or whether anybody thought they were any good or whatever. The point is, he got something from that. Do you know what I mean? It was. Do you know what I mean? It's, you can't put a price on that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so for me, you know, I've always been a big believer in people, you know, when they say, oh, I can't paint, oh, I can't draw, you know, and again, it's not about like forcing people to do that. If they really don't want to do it, then that's absolutely fine. I'm just saying that, you know, it is a very cathartic process, and it's a really, mind you, I guess, like I say, I am biased because I love art. It's all I've ever wanted to be when I was a kid, was an artist, and it's the only thing I was any good at school. So, you know, the thing is that for me, like I say, it's a great thing, art. I love it. I love art. Anyway, so right, the pain in my back is actually getting slightly worse, and I'm getting really, really tired, and so, right, okay, I've just got, like, the videos from Park Life, I've still not got round to editing them yet. They will go up, they will. I'm sorry that this is taking a while, but they will go up, and I'll try and get them up tomorrow. I'm going to put this one up tonight. I'm not going to edit it or anything, I'm just going to put it straight up. Yeah, so I'm going to start the other painting tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to do some editing on those Park Life videos. I was thinking I might do some more, or do some tonight, but famous last words. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. Woo, never happens. Right, yeah, because it's now 10 to 12. I am exhausted, and I need to get some sleep soon. I'm not going to go to bed straight away, but I'm definitely going to go to bed in the next hour or two. I've got to. So, right, okay. So for now, folks, I am going to leave it there. Give you one last look at the paintings that will be going off to exhibition soon. So I'll leave it there for now. Okay, so I'll catch you folks later. Bye for now.